All right. Fantastic. Happy. Oh, let me get my screen changed here to speaker. And there's Miss Laura. Happy Tuesday evening, Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you guys for being here this evening on a holiday weekend. Thanksgiving coming up, holiday week, Thanksgiving coming up this week. I know some people are traveling, but I appreciate your time and I'm so grateful that you guys all joined us tonight. So I definitely want to be able to share the science and technology of LifeWave, this stem cell activation patch, and some of the other patches with you guys, and also get your questions answered tonight. So please make sure that you have your questions ready. When I'm ready here in just a minute, I will make sure, you guys put them in your chat. I'll answer any questions you have. But before we get started, I want to kind of do a little disclaimer. So obviously I am not your doctor, okay? And I love you all very much, but I'm not your doctor. So if you have any questions about your own personal health, you can always, of course, message me. I'm happy to recommend, based on what the symptoms are and what things are going on with you, but also feel free, please, to contact your own physician, your healthcare practitioner, if you have any specific questions about your medications or what's going on with you. LifeWave and this information that I'm sharing tonight is informational. It is definitely informational. I will be sharing the science and technology and how these patches work and how they can also benefit you and what's going on with your life. But please know that I am not here to treat, diagnose, or to say that I'm going to cure anything that's going on with you. All right. So just with that being said, I want to start by talking about our X39. This is our flagship patch. This is our stem cell activation patch. This patch does what nothing else in the entire world does. And that means that it actually signals your body to activate, elevate, and mobilize its own stem cells and actually resetting your stem cells. I have messaged with so many people, especially in the last 4 or 5 days, that have said they've had stem cell injections and they've had great experiences or not so great experiences. And I want you to know that this is not like a stem cell injection. I have spent 20 years researching stem cells and different types of stem cell therapy. I actually banked both of my kids' cord blood 20 years ago before that was a thing. And I spent over 10 years doing different types of stem cell therapy in and out of the country with my daughter. So I'm very familiar with stem cell therapies, okay? Whether it's PRP, whether it's your own stem cells spun and given back to you, or whether it's umbilical cord, I understand all of that. And this is not like that at all. So let's talk about what this is, okay? This is a non-transdermal patch. A patch, you can see that, right? Sticky on one side, not on the other, 3M hypoallergenic patch. This is a patch that signals your body to activate, elevate, and mobilize its own stem cells. These stem cells that are already in your body, they're just dormant, they're chilling, they're hanging out, right? It activates them. And it actually resets a third of your genes to its young, youthful, healthy state. How can I say that? How is that even possible? Well, the inventor of this technology, his name is David Schmidt. He's invented over a dozen patches in the last 20 years. It took him 10 years in the lab to figure out how to signal the body to increase and activate and elevate and mobilize, let alone reset its own stem cells to their young, youthful state. It took him 10 years to figure that out. And this patch launched just 3 years ago. Myself personally, and Laura that you have on here, and Leah, and many of the others, we got our hands on this a year and a half ago. And so we have been utilizing this technology in our lives and in our practices and what we're doing with our clients and our friends and family members for the last year and a half. But David has spent 20 years using this exact technology to figure out how to help people improve their quality of life using different types of patches. And I'm sure we'll get into some of them tonight, not all, but the person that invited you here will send you a PDF. They'll send you a PDF of not only this patch, which is called our health tracker, that gives you all the ins and outs of how the patch works that I'm going to talk to you about, but they'll also send you a PDF of our patch summary, which will show you exactly which patches David has invented. There are a dozen, like I said, exactly how they work in a summary, of course, and where to apply them in your body. how they can help you improve your quality of life. So let's focus on our X39. All right, so we put this patch on. You put it on in the morning, feel the bumpy part on the back of your neck, CV7. You put it on the back of your neck, or you put it below your belly button whenever you get up. You're going to leave it on 12 hours. 12 hours. It's activating, it's elevating, it's mobilizing your stem cells, resetting from the very moment you put it on, resetting a third of your genes back to their young, youthful state. Do you understand that? From the moment you put it on, right? That is what's huge, is no matter what, it's working from day one. And then what happens is you take it off 12 hours later. Obviously, you want to stay very hydrated while you are patching, right? At least half your body weight in ounces in water. Unless you live in Utah up here at elevation 8,300 feet, then you may need a little bit more water because things are different up here, I'll be honest with you. But no, obviously I live in Florida, so I'm at sea level. But I'm just going to tell you guys, it's important that you stay hydrated. Your body is going to be getting rid of toxins. Your body is going to be able to then make sure those stem cells are mobilized and they're doing the things that they need. So staying hydrated during that 12 hours, take it off after 12 hours, throw it away. Do it again the next day, day after day, week after week, month after month, even year after year. You know, here we are. I interviewed Yvonne on my page earlier, my personal Facebook page, a year and 1 month later. I couldn't believe her hair's thicker than my hair. I was like, Yvonne, my God, you're 71 years old and you've got this beautiful, huge, thick hair. It's blonde and gorgeous. You look amazing. Like there's not even a wrinkle under your eye. Things are incredible. How does that happen? So here's how it happens. Do you see that white part? Embedded in that is a crystal lattice structure. That is what David Schmidt has invented. That crystal lattice structure is made up of a blend of organic amino acids, sugars, oxygen, and water. They form a lattice structure. Nothing is going into the body. Please understand this. Nothing is going into your body. When you apply this patch to your body's light or heat, right? Where it's dark outside. Pretty much it's 6:41 here, 8:41 where you guys are probably. It's dark pretty much anywhere in the United States. And so when you apply this patch to your body's heat or light is going to reflect back a signal, a specific wavelength of light from that patch, from that white part, that lattice structure that's embedded in the patch. How do we know that we're emitting heat or body, light or heat? Well, we can look through night vision goggles and you can see the outline of the person, right? Or even the animal outside. But again, through clinical studies, David has studied the body for years. Literally, he's almost 60. He's literally invented things since he was, I think, born pretty much, right? But he has been really working in this field with this type of technology for over 20 years. And we can see that our body emits a low-level infrared light or that body heat. And so when our body's light communicates with this patch, it reflects back a specific wavelength of light. And that light, that wavelength of light, this is not a frequency patch. This is not an energy patch. I want you to understand that. This is a specific wavelength of light, specific nanometers of light. If you want that detailed information, ask the person that invited you. We'll share the 52-page PDF with you from them that David has written himself personally that talks about this wavelength of light that is reflected back into your body, that signals your body to increase, activate, elevate, mobilize, and reset its own stem cells. What does that mean for you? Well, when you put this on day after day, week after week, month after month, it means that number one, the first thing people experience is pain reduction. Now, I've told you that I've been patching my son and his two buddies, right? We're up here in Utah. They're skiing in Park City. They're going crazy. They're snowboarding, right? They've having a little bit of pain. Okay. So I've been putting X39 on them. Pain reduction happening like that. They're experiencing better energy, right? More energy, more mental energy, more physical energy. That's what you're going to experience as well, too. They're also sleeping deep quality REM sleep. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily always easy at elevation 8,300, but these kids are dropping like lights, right? And so you're going to experience the same thing. You're going to experience a deep quality REM sleep. A lot of people, and of course these kids as well too, experience faster recovery from exercise and fitness. I don't know if you guys have ever been skiing, snowboarding. I've only done skiing one time in my entire life, and that was enough for me. But Laura, on the other hand, skis on a regular basis, right? They've had a home up in Virginia, and she's always on the slopes. So for me personally, it's not a commonplace, but for these boys, they love it. And so recovery is important. They're back on the slopes the next day, and the next day, and the next day, right? That's because of the X39. The X39 speeds up that recovery time. And then we also see faster wound healing. You wouldn't believe what's happened to these boys' bodies when they've hit trees on the slopes. It's crazy. Laura's dying, I know, but I'm like, oh my God, yesterday I patched one of Trey's buddies' shins, and it's huge, and it's purple, and it's black and blue, and I can barely put all the patches. But I put X39, I put Eon, last time Eon, I put Carnosine, I put Ice Wave, I even put Energy Enhancer on this kid's shins. I'm like, man, he's smoked down there. But you know what? He was back on ready to go today. And so that's what you want to understand, is that these patches help you with recovery time, right? And that's something immediate that people experience within, I'll be honest with you, within the first 3 to 6 weeks with the X39. Okay. Some of the other patches, you can experience things immediately, like that Ice Wave, which I've been patching these kids with daily. Ice Wave eliminates pain on the spot. And we'll talk about that in a little bit in our pain protocol. But X39, based on clinical studies, you will see huge improvements, not only in your pain and your sleep and your recovery and your fitness and activity, but you also see huge improvements in your digestive system. I can't tell you how many people in the last several days are like, oh my God, I've been sending samples out left and right? And they're like, oh my God, I'm only have 5 days. Like, my digestive system is moving and I don't want this to stop because I haven't had regular bowel movements. Let's just call it what it is, in a long time. People suffer with irregular bowel movements. And I can't tell you how many people in the last several days have been like, my bowels are moving. I need more of this now. How fast? And I'm like, oh God, it's Thanksgiving. We ship you USPS. They're closed. Oh my God, they're going to be backed up. And they're like, I can't go a day without these patches. And I'm like, I'm sorry, we'll get them to you as fast as we can. We could do 2-day shipping if you want. But X39, we see huge improvements in your digestive system around that 3 to 6 week mark. Sometimes it's 2 to 3 days, right? We see huge improvements in your nervous system, being able to be calm, relaxed, chill. Everything, you know what? Life is not that bad, you guys. I know there's a lot going on out there, but I can't tell you how many people tell me when they start using X39 that their quality of life, like their outlook on life, improves. And they're like, wow, like I actually have just a general sense of well-being. That's important. That's really important. We're coming into the holidays. How many of you guys have these patches ready for when your family comes in? Like, your family's coming in, you're just going to like hand them out at the door. Here's your X39. Hi, welcome. Here's your glass of wine. Here's your X39. We need to patch you right now. I don't care if you even want these patches, but we're just going to give you a general sense of well-being while you're here. And we're going to help you have a better night's sleep possibly, and maybe, you know, some pain reduction. I don't know, maybe you'll be happy in the next couple of days. And that's what we're thinking about here, right? How can we help our family? How can we help our friends? But you know what else we notice? We notice improvements in the nervous system, and we notice improvements in the digestive system. But I want to share this with you guys. And I'm so grateful for my friend Charity. She's in our organization, not my organization, but a sideline, and we're all friends, right? We all work together. And I was asking this weekend, I'm like, I need the actual study that talks about the cardiovascular system, because I talk about this all the time. You only have one heart. Okay, this is important. I want you guys to understand this. You only have one heart. And we can see from clinical studies every 6 weeks using the X39, we see an improvement of the entire vascular system, actually to where it's functioning about 8 weeks younger. And so this weekend, Charity sent us that study, and I'm so excited. I'll share it with, of course, all the people that invited you, and they can share it with you as well, too, so you can see that yourself. This technology is backed by facts. It's backed by science. It's backed by technology. That is why I'm here. I had lunch today with some super amazing people here in Utah, where our corporate office is, and we were talking about that. And they all said, we've never been a part of another company in our 25 years in the multi-level marketing industry. We've never been a part of another company where there are so many doctors and practitioners. Your this industry is not typically like that, but LifeWave as a company is. And the reason why there are so many doctors and practitioners and people that are very meticulous about the facts is because the science doesn't lie. And I know we've heard lots of crazy stuff over the last couple of years with the pandemic and all that kind of crazy stuff, right? But when you look at our clinical studies, David has been doing clinical studies for 20 years. He started with the Navy SEALs 20 years ago with our Energy Enhancer patch. This patch was invented for the Navy SEALs. One of my son's friends is actually going up to Annapolis next year at the end of the school year, and he is going to actually be a fighter pilot for the Navy. And so when I talked to him about this, he said, that makes perfect sense to me. Of course, the Navy SEALs or anybody in the Navy, fighter pilots, they would want to be on their A game, but not on their A game with caffeine, amphetamines, and uppers. On their A game was something that helped them to have that endurance, stamina, and energy. And so, of course, all the boys were excited to try the Energy Enhancer out the last several weekdays of this weekend while they were on the slope skiing. And so know that this is where we started 20 years ago with the SEALs, and where it has grown from them. The USA Olympic swim team, the Stanford University, it's just every single sport in the industry. You can see football players, tennis players, basketball players. You can see that across the board, but it's not only gone to them, it's also gone into the doctors and the practitioners. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, for pain, horses, right? We have a huge base of people that utilize this technology for their horses to help them improve their quality of life. And pets. I had somebody ask me the other day, does this work for pets? Dogs, cats, what, Laura? Chickens? Right? I mean, the first event we went to a year and a half ago with David, we were both falling out of our seat when the lady said she brought her dead chicken back to life. And we're like, a chicken? Are you serious right now? We're like, cows that have huge tumors that go away. We don't understand how this works, but we're all mammals. So it doesn't matter if it's a chicken, a cow, and I know that may sound a little crazy to you guys, but honestly, knowing that we all emit light, whether you're a human or whether you're an animal, we love our pets. And I see too, sometimes with people, they're like, I don't really care about the patches myself, but I want to help my pet. I want to help my dog. I want to help my cat. I want to help them live a longer life. And you want to live a longer life as well too, right? You want to have that young, youthful, vital life, right? You want to have that longevity, and you also want to prevent things from happening. And so for me personally, because a lot of people, they ask, like, what have you experienced? And I'll be honest with you, I didn't have anything wrong with me. Nothing. I have went through a lot with my daughter, Taylor. And so we had spent 15 years doing everything under the sun. Like I said, over 10 years of different types of stem cell therapy in and out of the country. And so when I found this technology, I'm like, sign me up. I've wanted stem cells for a long time, but $25,000 a pop, I wasn't willing to invest that in myself, knowing my child needed it. And so when I found this, my husband, my son, myself, we're all like, yes, give me this too. But of course, Taylor was the first person that I patched at 18 years old. My son patched him the same day at 16. And so it's really important not only to help people improve their quality of life, but also when you look at prevention and when you look at vitality and you look at longevity, stem cells are it. But here's the difference. This is not an injection. This is not someone else's stem cells. This is not your old stem cells trying to spawn and being put back in. This is your body's stem cells reset back to their young, youthful state with zero contraindications. I want you to understand this. If you're on a medication, which most people are, unfortunately, there are no side effects. There are no contraindications. There are literally nothing that's going into your body. It's a non-transdermal patch, right? Where did I put my notes? Right here. Non-transdermal patch. So there's nothing going into your body. This is a wearable light technology. It's a biophotonic exchange of information. Our body's light communicating with the light, the wavelength of light that is in this patch. And so know that it's safe. It's non-toxic. You could be on any supplement. You could be on any detox regimen. You could do any type of therapy, anything you're doing. And I want to say this to you so you understand this, why I am so passionate to this day, a year and a half later. My daughter had the best quality of life that she had in 15 years. 15 years after a misdiagnosis from cancer, misdiagnosis from another type of cancer, a year in the hospital. I had a normal 4-year-old that was no longer normal again after a year in the hospital. And I wheeled her out of that hospital on 25 oral and IV meds. And it took me a year and a half to detox her using all different holistic modalities. But after that year and a half, we spent the last 15 years doing everything we could under the sun to help her have the best quality of life. And she did have an amazing quality of life, but nothing like the last year using this patch, the X39, the Aeon, and the Carnosine. Those 3 patches, and I sprinkled in glutathione here and there, but those 3 patches I used on her religiously. And we had a child that did not verbally communicate that started talking to us, that would respond on command, that had a better quality of life, that physically changed the way she looked and the way she responded, not only to us, but her teachers at school and her camp counselors and friends and sitters and things like that. And she had the best quality of life over the last year using this patch. And so that's why I'm still here today sharing this with everybody, because if it can do that for her after 15 years of doing everything holistic under the sun, what can it do for you? What can it do for you? So you're in pain. Okay, fantastic. We're going to use the X39. We're going to use the Aeon. Laura will show you what the Aeon looks like. Yeah, fantastic. That's a patch that reduces inflammation. We all have inflammation. It is the root cause of disease in the physical body. We're going to reduce inflammation, and then we're going to use Ice Wave. I was so great. I was messaging with a new distributor in Australia earlier, and he said, so if I order the Ice Wave, is that going to like fix my problem, or is that just going to be like a temporary fix? Thank you, Laura. The Ice Wave is a temporary fix. It is going to be like your ibuprofen or Advil or Aleve with no side effects. Those things are super toxic to your gut and your liver. And so when you use the Ice Wave, it's going to open up energy channels just like it did for Stanley earlier at lunch. I took a picture of Dylan, Trey's buddy, patching Stanley on his shoulder blades. He's like, my shoulder blades are killing me. And so we put Ice Wave on his right shoulder blade, Ice Wave on his left shoulder blade, and then an X39 back on his shoulder blade, and poof, pain was gone just like that. But the X39 and the Aeon are going to get to the root of the problem. And that is where we always want to start. And I'm definitely going to open it up for questions because I really want to make sure I get your questions answered. But understand that no matter what you guys tell me, I want you to know that X39 and Aeon are your starting point. This is per David. I want you to understand this. David Schmidt, the inventor of the technology, says, if you do not address the root cause of the problem, which is inflammation, we're going to take a lot longer to see success in the body and to achieve results. We want to address that inflammation. Everyone has inflammation from stress, from diet, from lifestyle, from injury, from surgery. All of those things cause inflammation in the body. When you can reduce inflammation, did you guys hear me yesterday? I interviewed Jana. Jana, at 60 years old, the inflammation was crazy. She's lost 36 pounds in 6 months, reducing the inflammation in her body, detoxing her body with a little glutathione, X39. I mean, seriously, that is huge, you guys. So we want to get to the root of the problem. So I do want to open it up for questions. And I'm excited. Lori and Jerry have already asked a question. What protocol would you recommend for chemo-induced neuropathy? So chemo's bad. You heard, if you saw my personal page a minute ago, I interviewed Yvonne. Yvonne had ovarian cancer. She was Brent's 8th grade teacher. I love her to pieces. And so she was talking about the side effects from chemo. And she was talking about what had happened to her from that and all the bad, right? So much. So we look at pain in the extremities, like your hands and your feet. You definitely want to use Ice Wave in those areas, whether it's the balls of your feet or even on your wrist with your Ice Wave, and then use your X39 and your Aeon. Okay, we definitely want to use those patches to help with that. And also Yvonne talked about, I loved how she talked about using an Aeon when she had knee pain on the outside of her knee, and then a glutathione on the inside of her knee to help eliminate that pain. So that was fantastic too. So that'll definitely help with that. Remember, I can't talk about specific diseases or syndromes, but I'll just talk about the symptoms and things like that in the body. Okay. A child who fell off a horse, fractured her spine. Oh, Okay, so here's the thing. Rita, I can't make any claims for a child, right? We have no clinical studies on children. Remember, the first two people that I patched were my children, okay? But I can't make any claims on kids. I'm just going to be honest with you. And the reason why is because we haven't done studies. But when you have someone that has fractured anything in the body, right? We look at definitely X39 and Eon. Absolutely. IceWave will help with the pain, but I really want you to look at carnosine as well too. When my son sprained his ankle really bad, like it should have been broke, and it was a sprain, which is almost worse than a break, we look at the X39, we look at the Eon, and we look at the carnosine. Carnosine is for tissue repair. I had a kid that should have been on crutches for 2 weeks. He was back on the court. He was off crutches in 24 hours. He was back on the court in 7 days, and he was dunking in 2 weeks, and he wasn't even supposed to be on crutches yet. So I would absolutely use X39, Eon, and carnosine on that spine, exactly in the location. And I would put IceWave on the sides, one on the right side of the spine, one on the left side of the spine, white right, tan left, wherever that pain spot is. Does the patch help people who are sensitive to fragrances, car exhaust, and other chemicals? So yeah, those are obviously toxicities, right? So the body needs a little detoxing. I would use X39, Eon, and glutathione to help the body detox. Is there a limit on how many patches you can use per day, or does it depend on the patch type? You know, when Laura and I met David last year, he had on 12 patches. And we're like, there's only 12 patches in the company. How does he have on 12? He had a lot of experimental patches on as well too. But you can patch multiple patches at the same time. At any given day, I'll have on 5 to 6 patches during the day and 1 patch at night. X39, Eon, glutathione, carnosine, SB6, energy enhancer, X49, right? And then at night, I always put on my Alavita. Alavita is huge. You can patch individually. I want you to understand this. You always want to start with the X39. This is your workhorse. There is nothing on the planet in the entire universe that signals your body to make more of its own stem cells and resets them to their young youthful state. This is it. But you can use other patches at the same time. So you patch in the morning. I get up in the morning, I'll put on my X39, my Eon. Right now, like below my belly button, I've got a straight line down, right? Glutathione, carnosine, SB6, you know, in my inner leg area, calf area. But you can take all those off, and then at night you can patch the Alavita, or if you need silent nights, you can use that at night too. But there's no restriction to patching together or individually. It's only your personal preference and what you need and what you want. But there is no contraindications to patch all of them at the same time. You can if you want to. Just don't use the Alavita and silent nights during the day. They are nighttime patches only. So yes, Michelle, the patch definitely helps with digestion. We can see the X39 at about that 3 to 6 week mark helps with digestion. But when we look at the SP6, it impacts our entire endocrine system, and we see huge improvements in the digestive system with this. This directly impacts your intestines. So when you look at the clinical studies and the research, we can see about an 87% improvement in the physiological functionality of your entire endocrine system and your organs in the first 7 days. So this is huge for your digestive system. Okay. Can I use it on your hip or hip flexor area for pain? I love IceWave. You can put it anywhere, no matter where the pain is. If you have a headache, you can put it on your temples, you can put it on your shoulders, you can put it your low back. I literally was patching Stanley. I love him. They called him hashtag tree man Stan. His name's Stanley. He eats so many trees in the last 2 days. So at the first day, he hit his finger, and so he couldn't even bend it at all. There was zero mobility. And so I put X39, Eon, carnosine on this finger, all around the finger, and I put IceWave right here, and I put this is his left, so I put the tan one here, and then I put the white one over here on his right hand. And he's like, why is it over here? I'm like, just trust me, it works the polarity of your body. And then by yesterday, he could like bend it like this, and then today he's going boop, 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 like nothing. All gone, completely gone. And he had his finger was so swollen that first day, but the patches definitely helped him with IceWave. And then of course, you know, like I said, X39, Eon, carnosine, those are just the ones that I always stick around that area. I did the same thing yesterday for Dylan's shin when he smoked the tree as well too. So Yeah, definitely helps. Eon helps with inflammation. Absolutely. Full body inflammation. There's lots of inflammatory markers. So we look at the cytokines, the C-reactive proteins, the lipids, the fibrinogen, things like that. Eon reduces all inflammation in the body, which is important. And it also helps your body in that parasympathetic state. So we're calm, rest, relax, digest. That's really important. And it helps improve your in production of DHEA, which is huge for longevity as well too. So is carnosine, right? So I can't really talk about lupus, Shirley, but if you would talk about side effects of lupus, like symptoms of lupus, we could talk about that. But I can't really specifically say that this is going to help with lupus because that is a disease, right? Or a syndrome or a disorder. So if you would like to talk about maybe some of the symptoms you're experiencing, we know different people experience different symptoms. If you don't care, Shirley, to share that. Neuropathy, bottom of the feet, definitely the ice wave, the K1 point, which is like the balls of the feet, ice wave, white right, 10 left. And then also you can look at, depending if it's neuropathy in the hands, I've had people that have it in their hands and then using the ice wave here on the wrist point has helped out tremendously. Obviously the X39 and Eon. And we've also seen great results. Laura, you remember Dr. Peavy, the chiropractor of 40 years? That's all he does is neuropathy. And Pete, how do you spell his last name, Laura? Can you type it in the chat? And they can look up their information in the Telegram. But Dr. Peavy is only a doctor in neuropathy. That's what he focuses on. So if you really want to look at that, he can give you a protocol he uses with his clients. Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. So somebody used ice wave without the tan patch. So here's what I tell people. And I know you're new, you're learning, right? And so ice wave has a white patch and a tan patch. And I don't have any more ice wave, but obviously I have AccuLife here, which is identical to ice wave. It's just licensed for pets because you can't have something licensed for animals that's licensed for humans. It's just the law, right? And so here's what it looks like. This is probably right to you guys. White right, tan left, okay? So if you have patch with the ice wave and you've only used one patch and you didn't get results, that makes perfect sense because this works with the polarity of your body. And you can YouTube LifeWave, ice wave, and see different clockwise methods and moving it around and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I don't talk about all the different clockwise methods. I want you to understand you have a midline in your body, right? You have a spine. Feel your back. There's a spine there. That's the center of your body, okay? White right. This may look like your right side. Lord, does this look like right to you? Yeah. White right, tan left.
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
If your shoulder hurts, stick the white one on your right shoulder and stick the left one on your right shoulder, okay? This works with the polarity of your body. You can move it around and do all these different things if you want. I just don't honestly get into any of that. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just want to keep it simple. White right, tan left, pain gone. That's just what happens. It may be minutes, it may be an hour or so. You know, I interviewed Gary last week and he was like, it took 4 hours and then all my pain was gone. I'm like, fantastic. 4 hours and it's gone and it didn't come back. You use an X39 Eon every single day, addressing the root cause with your inflammation, increasing your own stem cell production and go to work to repair your body. That's what we want to talk about. So if they just use the white and they have only tan left, it is not going to work by itself. So yes, definitely discard the tan because they're not going to work by themselves. So the pain stops while the patches are on, but what about when you take them off? So if you're using X39 and Eon, then you can definitely take them off and patch with the ice wave for the other 12 hours. So say it's 6 a.m., you put on your ice wave, you put on your energy enhancer and your Eon. Great. I'm sorry, I can't even say this. Put on your X39, I'm looking at energy enhancer. Put on your X39 and put on your Eon. Okay, fantastic. You leave them on 12 hours, you take them off, then you put on the ice wave on the spot that hurts. You can definitely do that. If you're someone that has pain around the clock, you want to get to the root of the problem, it may take a little bit of time. You can patch these at night, but do not do your X39 at night, please. It probably is going to keep you awake and we don't want you to do that. So use only your X39 during the day. If you need to do Eon at night, you can definitely do that. So when we look at tendinitis, I'm thinking you're saying patellar tendinitis. Are you talking about the patella? Are you talking about the knee? I'm not really for sure exactly where you're talking about. But
yes, patellar tendinitis is near the bottom. It's like at the bottom of the kneecap.
Okay, perfect. That's what I
It
thought.
happens to people that run a lot. My other question was related to tendinosis around the bicep tendon at the distal attachment. And
Okay.
I didn't know if this kind of thing would help that. And I also have compression around the radial nerve on my left arm. And it's been like a year I've been battling this stuff.
Yeah, no, those are great questions, Dave. So yes, you can definitely use the ice wave on the actual spot that hurts, whether it's on the bicep, whether it's on the knees, on the lower part of the knees. You can even patch 2 of these at the exact same time. Thank you, Laura, showing up the ice wave. You can patch 2 sets of ice wave on your body at the same time. I just want to make sure you have the X39 and Aeon on your body as well too. We really want to address what is happening inside of the body to help the body repair itself. And that's what those 2 patches will do. But you can, here's what I want you guys to understand, because it's a mental thing. I understand this. You can put the X39 and the Aeon on the back of the neck, or you can put them below the belly button. But if you want to put them on location of where your pain is, you can absolutely do that too. Okay, there is nothing wrong. They will work systemically no matter what, where you put X39 and Aeon. Just remember that the ice wave has to be white right, tan left. So if Dave, let's say, for example, it's your left knee that hurts, you're going to put the tan ice wave on the left knee and the white ice wave on the right knee. Put your X39 and Aeon wherever you want, okay? Whether it's your arm, whether it's your knee, whatever you want. But it doesn't matter. Your body has its own innate ability to know how to heal itself. It does that. When you're young, you have an abundance of stem cells. That's why 5-year-olds don't have back pain, 10-year-olds don't have heart disease, and 12-year-olds don't have gray hair. Johnny can be riding his bike down the road and fall into a ditch and break his collarbone and get up and take off running. He's never missing a beat. Grandma falls out of her chair and breaks her hip. She's not getting up. It's because Johnny has an abundance of stem cells. Grandma does not. And so know that your body knows where to go to repair and regenerate and rejuvenate first. And this technology tells your stem cells, let's go. Get to work. They're pluripotent. They can turn into any cell, tissue, and organ that your body needs. And so it will go to work to repair anything. And that's why people love Ice Wave, because you may say, I have knee pain and I want this fixed instantly. And your body says, I'm sorry, Dave, your heart's screwed up, buddy. We got to fix this first, okay? You don't get to pick. And that's the thing I think that's for some people is the most difficult to understand, is that when you increase and activate and elevate your own stem cells and mobilize those stem cells and reset your body stem cells to their young, youthful state, they're going to repair anything and everything that your body needs in whatever order it needs to survive. You don't get to pick. And so we need to address that pain. Let's address the pain. Let's address the inflammation with the Aeon. And let's know that, as you heard Yvonne, I love this earlier, Yvonne said, I had so much happen in the first 6-7 months with her skin cancer issues, with her ovarian cancer issues she's had in the past. You know, lots of things changed with her physically, her joints. She'd been on chemotherapy. So much had changed with her physically in the first 6 months. But the last 6-7 months, she hasn't really noticed anything different other than her blood work. And what's happened, she had 3 lumps in her breast. They're gone, right? All of her skin issues at the dermatologist, gone, right? And so she's noticed a huge difference from her doctors on the inside with what's happened to her. And sometimes it's the inside that happens first that you don't realize, that you don't necessarily feel. We don't feel our nails growing or our hair growing or our heart repairing, but it's happening from day one. And so that's super amazing too. Keep that in mind, that this is always working from day one, no matter what. And that compound effect, using this day after day, week after week, month after month, is what's actually going to exponentially improve your quality of life, extend your quality of life, and help you live the best life possible. And that's what we want, right?
How could I just ask how, like
Yeah.
for the issues I mentioned about how long should I expect it to take for them to be resolved?
I can't tell you because I don't know what all is going on inside of your body. And I don't know where your body's stem cells are going to go to work to repair and regenerate and rejuvenate first. So I can't say this is going to be 2 months. I can tell you based on David's clinical studies that he sees pretty significant improvements in the first 3 to 6 weeks. And just like I said, the digestive, immune, and nervous system. But then we start to really see improvements in the cardiovascular system around 6 weeks. But then we also see around 6 months a huge improvement in our entire system as far as the cellular age, improving the functionality of all of our cells and tissues and organs, really literally reversing the age of our cells and tissues and organs about 8 years every 6 months. And so what that means for you may mean very different for what it means for Leah or Lillian or Christine or Laura or myself, because we all have such different bodies. There's no one person that has the exact same thing going on inside. And so we have to be okay with that process and knowing that this is not a, like, I'm going to put this on and 20 years of problems are fixed in 30 days. This is cellular regeneration. This is regenerative medicine. And so what happens is when I use this, let's say, for example, over here I am 18 months later, right? Laura and I have been using this, Leah, we've been using this 18 months. So here we are 18 months. When you look at our blood work and you look at our cellular age, we're showing, a good solid 20 years younger than our actual biological biological age is a solid 20 years younger. What happens if I stop patching today? That means that the age that I am right now inside is the age that I am. My body has regenerated, my liver, my kidneys, my spleen, my heart, my brain, my everything, every cell, tissue, and organ has regenerated itself to a younger, more youthful state. Stem cells, pluripotent stem cells that are reset, take old tissue and make old tissue young. We can see this from science. Laura, can you put in the chat startx39now.com? That site will show you all of our clinical studies, all of our research, all of our data that David has done, and it'll show you all the patents as well too. And if you guys could also, Laura, you or Lee or one, could put in reverse aging with GHK.com. That's Dr. Lauren Picard. He spent over 50 years doing science and research and data, clinical studies, thousands of clinical studies on the benefits of increasing your GHKCU, which is what our technology does. And so know that it's a process, and it's a process that's going to be different for every single person. But here's the way I look at it. Time passes no matter what. Every day, every week, every month, every year goes by, and you're either going to get younger or you're going to get older. And you can choose whichever one you want. It's up to you. And I understand this may be crazy. It may sound far-fetched, little science, Star Trek out there in the future. And it absolutely is. And that's because David stays very tapped in and connected to the divine, and he listens very intently. He is a researcher, he is a scientist, he is an inventor, and he has zero ego. You can listen to any of his videos. You can go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Stacy. You can go to LifeWave Health YouTube channel and listen to David. You'll understand that what he's saying is very much based and rooted in facts and science and data with people, real people over the last 20 years, but that we're all very different people. And so our experience is going to be very different individually, but knowing that you're going to improve your quality of life at the end of the day is what's important. If you look at my Facebook page in the last 22 days, I've interviewed a different person every single day. And I've had them share their personal experience and testimonial, and they've been so varied, but yet using the same patches, because we're all so varied in what's going on with us. So please check all of those resources out. We definitely want you to do your research and get back with the person that invited you. They'll send you the health tracker. They'll send you the PDF of the patch summary. We'll send you the 52-page PDF that David has written on the technology, the LifeWave, and how that is working and what's going on inside of the body. We have all of that, and we'll share all of that with you. There are no secrets. We're not hiding anything here. We want everybody to improve their quality of life. and know that you have that opportunity here. So let me get to some questions really quickly here. Don't have time to talk about my position on the August 17th, 2021 consumer alert by Federal Trade. I have no idea what that has to do, but please go to startx39now.com. Chronic fatigue, pain, autoimmune, X39, Eon, IceWave. If you have pain, obviously glutathione, SB6, definitely balance your endocrine system. That would be fantastic for you. Yes, definitely. Dave, we talked about that. Yes. X39 shows 2 placements. You know what? Here's the thing. X39, you can put it on the back of your neck. You can put it up below your belly button. We have to have spots in our instruction guide based on clinical studies to have a controlled environment. You can stick it anywhere. It's working systemically, like stick it in the center of your forehead. It's still working. No matter where you put this patch, big toe, it doesn't matter. It's always working to increase and activate and elevate and mobilize your stem cells. Stick it in your pocket, in your jeans pocket. It does not matter. It's still working. Okay. It can never hurt where you put it. Okay. If you're using X39 Eon, but have your knees hurting, also hands, the back, IceWave available yet? No IceWave available yet. Why is no IceWave available yet? You have to get IceWave. But yeah, you can definitely put X39 Eon on those spots. Yes. So we talk about digestive system, acid reflux. Please look at X39 Eon and SP6 for our digestive system. Glutathione would be amazing for that as well too. X39 on the days of radiation. No, radiation's going to kill everything. You're wasting your money putting a patch on the day you're receiving radiation. If you get radiation today, patch tomorrow. That would be fantastic. Oh, thank you, Chad. I'm so grateful that you shared your, oh yeah, IceWave and Energy Enhancer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chad has a wealth of information. I appreciate you sharing. What's the difference in the 2 nighttime patches? So Silent Nights is just for sleep. Literally, it's just to help you improve your quality of sleep. That's it. Alavita has nothing to do with your sleep. It lengthens your telomeres. Thank you, Laura. It helps with your skin, with your wrinkles, with your lines, with your dark spots, with your eczema, your psoriasis. Well, I'm going to sneeze. Dry skin. It is dry here in Utah. I'll tell you guys that the air is so different here. But it helps with anything to do with your skin. But we know it reduces oxidative stress, inflammatory stress on the inside. So Alavita it does a ton. It's huge. Definitely get on Alavita 100%. What patches would help with blood sugar spikes? Oh, great question. Thank you for addressing it that way. X39 Eon, carnosine. Blood sugar in check. Definitely use those 3. You can obviously look at SB6 too, because it directly affects the pancreas, but we see huge improvements, just the carnosine, the glycation process in the body. As so many people ask me about airports. All right, so I've been on an airplane more this year than I think I have been in the last 4 years. I've been in 5 different countries this year. Personally, you can fly through any airport, any customs, with them in your bag, with them in your suitcase. Trust me, I travel with a buttload of patches. I had no idea what I was going to run out of this many patches this weekend with these boys skiing, but you can definitely go through any airport. Lifeway shows there's a violation in truth and advertising atypical income claims. So I'm not here to talk about any income with the company at all. So I'm not really for sure about any government report on whatever those words are to do with income. We don't have an average monthly income disclosure statement. I'll be honest with you, when Laura and I went to that first meeting a year and a half ago with David, there was nothing talked about the business at all. We literally wanted to buy these patches for ourselves, and we wanted to tell every single person about them because of the testimonials we heard from the 250 people that were in that room that day, and their age was 65 to 85, and we're young pups. And so we were like, yeah, we had to tell every single person about this technology. And so no one talked about money at all. No one talked about income. And we actually, Laura and I have been in network marketing for 20 years. We've been in multi-level marketing, direct sales as a way to be able to earn additional income and residual income for our families. And we do that. Laura and I met in another company. We weren't in the same organization by any means or anything, but we became friends about 12 years ago. And it's always been about helping people improve their quality of life in health and wellness, and obviously earning additional income on the side if they choose to. We didn't go there to learn about business, and we definitely did not have anything to do with income or anything like that. But we did leave and say, where is their average monthly income disclosure statement? Is this a company like a multi-level marketing company, direct sales? And no one knew. No one heard anything about that. And so we asked some people on our upline, come to find out we were, we decided to sign up and buy the product, and we asked some people and they're like, yeah, we don't know about that. We don't talk about money. This is not about money. This is about helping people improve their quality of life. We do earn some money, obviously, but nothing like that. So I can't give you a reply as far as whatever report that is. So I would send that email into lifewavecustomerservice.com and see what they share with you, Tammy. So, so much going on with your health due to inflammation in your body. I would definitely address with X39 and Eon. Drink a lot of water, of course. Water is critical to your health, period. Half your body weight in ounces every single day. Definitely, if you don't drink enough water, you're probably going to have a headache. You may be fatigued. This is really important that you stay hydrated no matter what. But I can't say that it's okay for pregnant people because we don't have clinical studies. That's a personal choice. Just like eating McDonald's or Wendy's or anything like that is a personal choice. RLS symptoms, I'm not really for sure what that means. If you could share that. Chemotherapy side effects. If you're using chemotherapy and you have side effects from chemotherapy, yes, these patches will definitely help you improve your quality of life. So I would absolutely use them. Does this work for compression of the radial nerve? Again, yeah, definitely address that. Tammy, you're getting really specific on these letters and numbers and stuff. So if you could go to startx39now.com, you will see over 90 clinical studies that have been done by not only David, obviously, they've been done by independent labs and researchers, doctors across the entire globe. Okay, studies all over the world. So please check those out at startx39now.com. That will definitely help you to be able to see a bigger picture. And again, if you have questions, email lifewave@customerservice.com. The patches are not like Band-Aids. They're actually getting to the root of the problem. When you look at X39 and Eon, absolutely, they definitely help you get to the root cause, because your body's stem cells, they're the holy grail of healing. Your body has an abundance of them, again, when you're young. So definitely being able to help. Mental health issues, mood stability, anxiety, depression. Ocean Rock, look at X39 Eon and their Nirvana system. That would be fantastic for that. Eczema. Can X39 psoriasis deal with eczema without supportive patches? It can. I don't know that it's going to address it initially. If you're looking at skin issues, psoriasis, we talked about that earlier. It's definitely dietary and emotional. So I would look at Eon for sure. Eon addresses emotional issues. And I would look at the diet, and I would look at definitely glutathione as well too. And of course, Alavita is fantastic for the skin. X39 for EMF protection. Yes, definitely. You can definitely wear it alone. Yes, you absolutely can. That would be fantastic. So, let's see. Some of the things that you guys are talking about. Eon, yes, you can definitely use Eon at night. Let's see. So, Tammy, you're great. All right. So I haven't been on LinkedIn in 20 years. I do have a BS and a master's in education. I have not been on LinkedIn in 20 years. I actually have a PhD in integrative medicine and a PhD in functional medicine. And I have been a holistic health practitioner for the last 20 years. Do I think it's important for desperate people to know that I'm a salesperson, according to your own bio? So that I'm an elementary education school teacher. Yeah. All right. That's fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yes, you can definitely use Eon at night. If LifeWave, let's see. So, all right. Yeah. Tammy. Okay. She's being super positive right now. All right. So X39, X49 combo. What are they doing for performance? So X49 is a patch that David invented last year. After clinical studies, we showed that using the X39, X49, we saw massive improvements in not only physical, right, like building lean muscle mass, grip strength, bicep strength, shoulder push-ups, pull-ups, things that people typically do reaching high for things. We saw huge improvements in core strength, quads, things like that, but also improvements in building bone density, decreasing bone loss, and of course, hair growth and things like that too. Thank you, Cindy. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. All right, so let's see, any other questions? CDC approval. No. So I'm just making sure. FDA, we are FDA compliant. We are not an FDA type of medical drug or pharmaceutical. Got it. Shine and Dream. We're not going to talk about Shine and Dream tonight. David has done 2 Zooms on that today, so I'll let him definitely address that first before I address it myself. Let's see if there's any other questions, because I want to do our drawing really quickly. We're giving away 10 free sleeves tonight, so I definitely want to make sure that we get to that. I don't have time to go over the difference in all the different patches, but the person that invited you will definitely be able to share the PDF of all the different patches and what they do, kind of like a little summary of each one. Each patch has in it a different proprietary blend of organic amino acids, salts, water, sugars, oxygen, and those proprietary blends make up what's called a chiral stereoisomer that signals different peptides in your body. Yeah, Nirvana definitely is for stress and anxiety, mood balancing, that kind of stuff. So thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. And all right, so that's a great question. Last question. So do you know if the patches qualify for reimbursement for health savings accounts? And so I have had people use their health savings accounts to buy patches, and then I've had other people that do not get approval from their health savings account. So I think it's very different depending on what your account does and says, and maybe the orders that your practitioner writes for you. I know I've had some of my clients ask if I will write up a simple letter for them to have approval by their HSA, and so I've done that because they're my clients, and obviously I'm their practitioners, so definitely be able to I've been able to do that for them in the past, but not all are approved. It just depends on your HSA. Great questions, you guys. All right, so here's what we have. I'm giving away 10. I said earlier I would give away 5, and I decided tonight that I would give away 10 free sleeves, which is a month supply of X39. You have to be present to win. You better be ready to unmute yourself and tell me you're here right away. Laura's got her pen and paper ready for me. Look at her. I love you so much. You're amazing. And so I'm going to hit spin, and she is going to write down the name of the person as long as you say you are here. So I need you to say you are here right away. Okay. So we can get your name.
I'm here. I'm here. My name is Raisa.
Okay. You actually, exactly. You actually have to be a guest. And you actually have to be here as a guest. So once we say your name, then we'll definitely say, are you here? Unmute yourself. And then, yes, you're ready to go. So Laura's ready. Here we go. We're going to give away 10. I'm giving away 10 free sleeves. That is over $1,500 worth of X39s free. All right. So we've got Jennifer Kwan. Jennifer, are you here?
I am.
Jen, you won! Congratulations. Sorry. I'm so happy.
Jennifer, send your address to the person that invited you, okay? And they'll be able to get it to their upline senior director, and they'll get it to me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Stacy.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here.
You too. Thank you.
All right, who's next? I know the names are so tiny. We have 222 people. Allison, got y'all. Allison, are you here? Are you here, Allison?
No, Allison.
3, 2.
Allison Gower is here. Is that close?
Allison, that was one of my
No?
people. Oh, no.
Oh no. Okay, next person, Laura. Here we go. This is number 2. Stacy Barnhart, are you here, Stacy? Stacy Barnhart, are you here? All right, moving on. Here we go. Present to win. Angela Jones. Angela, are you here? Unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm on here.
Yay! Awesome. Congratulations, girl.
Thank you.
Send your address to the person that invited you, okay? And they'll send
Okay.
it to me. I'll be back home on Friday and I'll get them in the mail. Judy Makem. Judy, are you here? Judy, are you here? Judy? No? Okay. We've never had a list this big. Charlene, are you here? Charlene Harax, are you here, Charlene? All right, moving on. Laura, have we done 3 so far? Laura, is she there?
We have 2 so far.
2. Okay, Lori Leaks, are you here? Lori, if you're there, unmute yourself. Let's see who's next. You got to be present to win. Micah Whitlow. Micah, are you here? If you are, unmute yourself so we know you're here. April Henderson. April, are you here? April Henderson. We still have 160 people on here, so we know that somebody's got to be here. Donna
Jen-
French?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's your name?
You didn't say Terry Huber, did you?
No.
No?
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks.
Donna French? Is Donna French here?
Next.
We're moving. Loretta Chandler? Loretta, unmute yourself if you're here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Here.
Loretta, you're here. Message the person that invited you, okay? Give them your address and they'll send it to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How about Benny Frey? Benny, are you here? No, Benny. Okay. How about Brian? Brian Mead? Brian, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, Brian, send your address to the person that invited you. They'll send it to me, okay?
All right, great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
Dr. Stacy, you called a Judy Makem a little bit ago and she couldn't figure out how to unmute.
Okay, who is this?
Way to go, Brian.
This is Cindy Johnson.
Hey, Cindy. Okay, have her send her address to you, okay? So you can send it to me.
I'll do it. Thanks.
Laura, you got that, babe?
Yeah, I just wrote it down.
Love you. All right, Leah Palmer, is Leah here? Laura, you got Leah? Is she here?
She's not here.
Okay, we're moving on. Ashley Mullis. Woo! Ashley?
Me?
Ashley, are you here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay, Ashley, send your address to the person that invited you, okay? They'll
Okay.
send it-
I'm here.
Yay, they'll send it to me, okay?
Oh,
Grace is here.
wrong
Grace
address.
is
Yeah,
here.
I'm here.
Sweet. Grace, send your address to the person that invited you, okay?
Dr. Stacy, this is Andy.
Andy.
Stacy Barnhart was here earlier, but she could not unmute.
Okay. Laura,
She
you
was the
got her?
first one,
Okay, perfect. Laura, you got her?
one of the
got
first
it.
ones.
Sweet. We got Ashley.
We need two more.
Okay, do you have Kay and Alfred or Kay and Alfred here?
I don't know. Are they here?
Another one of my people. I can't see if they're here or not. Let me check.
All right. We got 156 people here. Oh, I'm getting text.
Okay, Angie Layton.
Yeah,
I'm
Kay and Alfred
here.
aren't here.
Angie Layton is in the house.
Woo! Yes. All right.
Okay, Dr. Stacy, one more.
One more. Here we go. One more. Here we go. Cheryl Marthaler, Cheryl, are you here?
Nope.
Nope. One more. Okay, let's do one more. Let's see who's here. I know we went over by 10 minutes, but it's all good. We're giving away 10 free sleeves, 10 free month supply. Cassandra Clark, are you here?
I am here. Yay.
Yay! Winner number
Awesome.
10.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. All right, Laura, we have all 10?
We have 10.
Yes. Okay, you guys. So here's the thing. If you're the winner tonight, please send your name and your address to the person that invited you. They obviously have contact with me. They'll send it to me and then I'll get that out. I'm in Utah right now, flying home tomorrow. Thanksgiving's on Thursday. Promise I'll get them all put together on Friday and get them out in the mail no later than Saturday to you guys. Okay. So thank you
Hey.
so much for being here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. Love every single one of you.
Thank you.
Thanksgiving. Have an amazing holiday. And you guys, I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday.